Alright, I'm gonna start with something petty here, but I can't help it. It bothers me. That song title, jeez, are you serious? You know that you cannot use that if you go to Eurovision. You gotta blurp it out. Sup, y'all, I'm back with another video, and now it's time to talk about Denmark. Let's talk Eurovision, because Dansk Melodi Grand Prix is back. We all know they're often filled with, traditionally at least, radio-friendly songs, and I'm curious to find out if they're going to switch it up a little bit this time around. 8 songs are in it, and 1 winner. Obviously, I will listen to them right here, right now, and react for the very first time. And then at the end of the video, I will actually also share my top 8 with you. How does that sound? So, once again, 8 songs. I'm hoping for a little bit more of diversity. In recent years, they have been kind of like blending in a little. No offense. So, I'm thinking, Denmark, this is going to be your year. I know it. I know it. All right, let's jump right into it. By the way, I've noticed you haven't hit the like button yet for this video, so do it now. Thank you. All right, by the way, I'm going in alphabetical order, so there's no accusation of favoritism. Just the way it's listed on Wikipedia. Okay, so I'm just a few seconds into the song, and I can tell you right here, right now, even without knowing if this was from Denmark, I could tell you clearly Dansk Melodi Grand Prix material, which means this may be a contender for the victory. I was gonna marry him, but he ran away. Okay, I think with a slightly more memorable songs, that relationship would have worked out, but right now it's a very safe DMGP entry. Someone's whistling. We gotta love that, right? It almost gives me a bit of old Wild West vibes there, but then they're adding the Danish pop vibe to it. Huh. All I can say is I'll repeat what I said at the start. Dansk Melodi Grand Prix friendly entry. For better or worse. Oh no. Will Denmark also allow autotune? They will have to, right? Okay, here's the thing. I was quite intrigued by the opening, but then it just went a little meh after that. Let me phrase it that way. If you are a big fan of Dansk Melodi Grand Prix sound, traditional sound, then this is your entry. So what the song has going for it applies actually to a lot of songs usually in this national final. Very decent, radio-friendly song, but let's be real here, I don't think it's competitive. It's a song that blends, it doesn't stand out, and it's not like we've heard this kind of music before a gazillion times, and without a proper hook or a fun moment, this might just drown a little. Alright, I'm gonna start with something petty here, but I can't help it. It bothers me. That song title, jeez, are you serious? You know that you cannot use that if you go to Eurovision. You gotta blurp it out. So, the song, and once again, I can't say the title because YouTube may punish me for that. It's such a Scandi pop schlager beat. It has that vibe, and that can be pretty awesome, but it's a bit too tame for me here, this one, for my liking at least, especially with that song title that I can't get over with. You'd expect a bit more of aggression, this beautiful bull. Merp. So yeah, in a nutshell, it's a national final song, has some pleasant moments. It doesn't have the it factor to me. I can see a lot of people gravitating towards that one because it does have a slightly more memorable melody and hook. I don't know so far. Okay, I don't have anything right now. This now I'm getting worried in Denmark. Now I'm getting worried with 4 songs in. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like there is this religious undertone that's not sitting quite right with me, but that's just my personal observation opinion. But this is a reaction video where I share my opinion, so it does make sense for me sharing my opinion. But yeah, even the lyrics are quite corny. We are only human beneath the surface. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure we are all humans, period. the thing is, I'm listening to this, and for some reason I can see the juries randomly liking this. But we don't have juries in the semis this year, so I don't think we would even get to that point where the juries can vote. Because it's not bad, just right there. Right there. Oh. Song gives me a little bit of a cozy vibe. Like, I feel like sitting around the bonfire, making s'mores while the guy next to me just takes out his guitar and plays along, plays a nice song. And here we go again. It's a pleasant DMGP friendly song that is, again, pleasant to listen to. The Danish language at least adds a little bit of a charming factor because I cannot take apart the message of the song. But pleasant does not cut it at Eurovision. You want to have the song that really leaves a mark. And there are many different ways to get that accomplished. But just based on the merit of the song style and quality, I don't think this is it. Oh dear. Oh, Denmark, I love you, but I'm getting 3 songs to go. I feel as Nickelback has decided to move to Denmark. It gives me this is how you remind me. But you want to hear something controversial? I like this better than Nickelback. At least that song. This is melodically way up more my alley. And I love actually having a harder sound coming from Denmark. So yes, please, sign me up. Where do I do that? But I'm telling you one thing, Nicklas. Expect a major lawsuit coming from me your way if this performance won't have pyros. This needs to have pyros. So, within its genre, guess it's quite solid effort, and let's remember, this is the kind of sound and song that really comes alive when performed on stage. So, live. So, this, finally something that is on my radar. I do like it. This is interesting. So, it has that Amanda Chafon song. If it was more upbeat and cheerful and uplifting, it has some really cool moments so far. The chorus is memorable and interesting. I gotta have that. The verses are fine. I wouldn't call them ordinary, they're just not as exciting. But with the good staging, that could be overlooked. Okay, yeah, this is definitely interesting and I see potential here, absolutely. I need a really good staging here and live performance to completely be like, but I think I'm getting into this. I think on paper it's catchy and a fun song. It feels kind of Danish, right? What you would expect to come from Denmark at the contest, but still with a decent shot to survive the semis, if chosen. I still have a little bit to go here. Well, one more song, right? But if I was the betting man as of right now, I'd say that this is the one to beat. I can see this one winning if executed right on the national final night. No giant chairs, all of that stuff. I need personality here. I need this one to be spot on. First of all, the beginning, digging the music box sound in the opening adds a fun little different layer there. Very interesting. So clearly a fragile sound, intimate. So that could go either way live, but I like the feeling and the vibe of the song. Not very in your face, clearly. I like this. It's again a quiet piece that may struggle to win over the big crowds and the average Eurovision fan, you could argue, but I find a certain comfort in that song. It's in Danish also, so sign me up for that. I surprisingly like this one quite a bit. Yeah. Thank God, the last few songs. Okay. Alright, I've got good news and bad news for y'all. The bad news first, right? Let's get that out of the way. I think this is not the strongest national final lineup of the year so far. We haven't heard all of them yet, of course, but I do miss some more diversity in the running. But the good news is this is, in my view at least, an improvement from last year's DMGP. Because there are songs that I actually think could work for me. and have a shot. Well, some of them less of a shot, but I like them better, I should say. So certainly on the right path, maybe Denmark, but I do think there needs to be more consistency in the song quality overall. That being said, that's just my opinion, and here are my top 8 based on my first impression. Are you ready? Don't have much thought here, just giving you my ranking from starting 8th place. Mariyah, LeBerg, Human. And the reason why that there's several songs I had a similar opinion on that didn't do much for me. But with this song, there were a few things that actually annoyed me. And therefore, I had to put it at the bottom. Once again, it's not a horrible song, but I think the song that I had the most issues with, therefore, last place. Then in 7th place, I am putting Micky, Skeel. Pains me to put a song in Danish a little bit further down. Again, not a bad song. I enjoy the bonfire vibe to it, but I don't think it is just not a standout piece. Number 6. Frederik, Leopold, Stuck on You. This was a little bit more of a almost polarizing opinion within myself here fighting, because there are lots of parts that I actually do enjoy, and then other parts I just get completely bored with. I think the inconsistency prevents me from putting it higher up. But once again, not a bad song, just very radio friendly, right there smack in the middle. Number 5 is EYJAA, I Was Gonna Marry Him. I think there is a case to be made that this could have potentially a little bit more of the average appeal, but I think it kind of didn't work on me as much as I think the song was going for. I do see some value in at least they're telling an interesting story in the song. That's my biggest part. But in terms of the whole composition, it just doesn't grab me as much as I like. But I do like the feel of the song overall, so it's not bad. My number 4, Maia, Beautiful Bull Merp. Once again, I cannot even say the song title. While it has, you know, this very comforting melody and comforting Danish sound that we all like. So overall, it just was an okay song to me. Better than some of the others. I can see if people were gravitating towards that one, but yeah. The 4th to 8th place was very difficult for me to rank anyway, so that could change based on what I have for dinner tonight. But here are my top 3, and I like all 3 of them quite a bit, which, as you can see, are the last 3 songs I listened to, but that's just how it goes. Thank you, Alphabet. In 3rd place for now, I'm putting Nicklas, Sonne, Freedom, and certainly the most unique sound in the running. The question is it good enough in its own genre? This one is on my radar. I want to see the live performance because this could really make or break this one, but I do like the feel of the song. I like the music. It just kind of works for me. And now we just have to wait and see for the final package. Then the song I'm putting in 2nd place, Søren, Torpegaard, Lund, Lige. And I call this like a 2023 version of a traditional chanson that we've heard in the old days. And I really maybe have a soft spot for it. I do like it is not trying to have like these big moments. It's a pretty melody. There's a certain emotions to it, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people will not click with it, but I did. And I like a little of the parts where they started snapping and then the music, and there's a certain fragility to his voice. It just worked for me. You can make a good case that it may not be right for Eurovision, but it's right for Matt. And my number 1 based on first impression is Reiley, Breaking My Heart. And I do think I stand by what I said just a moment ago. I think, not just because I like it the best, even looking at it objectively, I do think that this one, on paper at least, has the best shot for Denmark at the contest. I think that it feels a little bit more current, but still has the Danish feel to it. At the same time, it has unique moments for it to stand out and for people to come in like, yeah, I want to vote for this. And I had a few things like, I'm on the fence on this one, but I do think after ranking them, I'm like, this one left the biggest impact because I kind of still hum that melody. There you have it. That is my first impression. I do think that Denmark has some good stuff here if you choose right based on my taste, but of course, this is based on what the Danish want to see at Eurovision, and we shall see what they're going to do. How did you feel? You see where I'm coming from? Who was your favorite? Who did you click with the most? I have no idea. I deliberately stayed away from anything on social media because I don't want to that impact my personal ranking. Maybe it's upside down. I hope not. Leave your thoughts below in the comment section, and I will see you in the next video.